Let's get busy. Live Trump holds MAGA rally. That's what they call it. I call it a Trump rally. I'm old fashioned. You know what I'm talking about? He addressed the rumors about the 2025 joint and all that, which I think is very interesting and helpful right now because all these rumors going around, half these people that's talking, they're talking, but they're not citing anything. I haven't seen Trump say nothing about 2025 except for what I'm about to play you. And this is live, y'all. Michigan, Grand Rapids. Let me see if I can get the resolution up a little bit. Get the lights up. As soon as you get up in here, double tap the screen. This is live right now, like I said.
50. Look, there's Mr. Wall. This guy is the greatest guy. This guy. He must have a lot of money because he's at so many different rallies. And he was
the so-called Project 2025. He about to address it right now.
You saw that. That was something. We're going to do a poll, and it's going to be a very nice poll. And right? Who's your favorite candidate? Who would you like? Let's do it. Who would you most like to run against? You could say, who's the best candidate? We're saying, who would you like to? We'll start with Kamala Harris. And then we'll go. And then we'll go to Crooked Joe Biden. And then we could possibly discuss if you.
Crooked Joseph.
You like to most run against if you're us, if we want to win. Ready? Kamala Harris. Crooked Joe Biden. All right. I don't think we have to go too much further. Well, you have a terrible governor here who did a terrible job. Whitman. I'd like to run against her, actually. I'd like to run against her. So she's one of the 20 that I mentioned. She's the one that gave her husband full right, title, and interest to everything, but nobody else could do anything but her husband. Her husband was sailing in the middle of your lake, your beautiful lake. He's out there sailing, and everybody else had to be locked up, right? Her husband.
Mm-hmm.
No, but things like that are mentioned during a campaign, little things like that. No, she's done a terrible job, but I hope I'd be very happy with her. At this very moment, Democrat Party bosses are frantically trying to overthrow the results of their own party's primaries to dump crooked Joe Biden from the ballot. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy. And as you're seeing, the Democrat Party is not the party of democracy. They're really the enemies of democracy. The parties of corrupt insiders like Whitmer, special interests, and the failed political class. That's what they are. Under our leadership, the Republican Party is now the party of the people. We're the party of hardworking Americans of every race, religion, color, and creed. We become a very big party. We become, right, fellas? You know what I'm talking about. I love you guys. We love you guys. No, we become a very big party. We have increased in size. Nobody's ever, honestly, in history.
Saladin, what's good, baby?
Like this movement. And that may be in the history of the world, but let's keep it down to the country for right now, because that's the thing. But there's never been anything like MAGA. When Biden says, we have to stop MAGA. We will stop MAGA. I said, he doesn't know what MAGA stands for. It stands for Make America Great Again. How can you be against that?
How could you be against that? Huh?
And you know, the other side's going around trying to make me sound extreme, like I'm an extremist. I'm not. I'm a person with great common sense. I'm not an extremist at all. Like some on the right, severe right, came up with this Project 25, and I don't even know. I mean, some of them I know who they are, but they're very.
Pay attention to this Project 2025 and who came up with that. Black people. I just talked to my niece this morning. She's like, what about that Project 2025? I'm like, what about it? What about it?
Some on the right, severe right, came up with this Project 25, and I don't even know. I mean, some of them I know who they are, but they're very, very conservative, just like you have They're sort of the opposite of the radical left, okay? You have the radical left and you have the radical right. And they come up with this, I don't know what the hell it is. It's Project 25. He's involved in Project. And then they read some of the things and they are extreme. I mean, they're seriously extreme. But I don't know anything about it. I don't want to know anything about it. But what they do is misinformation and disinformation, and they keep saying, he's a threat to democracy. I'm saying, what the hell did I do for democracy? Last week, I took a bullet for democracy. What did I do against democracy?
Yo, that's a fact.
Crazy.
Man took a bullet for y'all democracy.
Hello, Chris. Here's our great campaign man. Chris, are you having a good time? Look at him. He's back there, cool as a cucumber. You know, so far, they're giving us great credit for the best run campaign they've seen in years. Isn't that nice? Thank you, Susie. Thank you, Chris. Look how cool he is. Just sits there. Thanks, Eddie. Try doing it with another.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why it's gonna be hard, man. Because you gotta think about this, man. Let's just go back. I love giving y'all timepieces, man. But let's look at history. Let's look at history. This is why. This is one of the reasons why this just ain't gonna work for son. Hold up a second. My bad. This is just why it's not gonna work, man. We know through history, you know what I mean? You a weak ass motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna have a problem. One second. Terrible. Terrible what I'm about to show y'all. But I'm petty. Back to the future. This is how it looked last time. It's going to look worse this time. I predict. Salute, Mac. Project 2025. You're a damn fool if you think this country can do anything in 4 years. Never mind. Especially one. Trump can make shit happen in less than a year. He can make shit happen in 1 day. This was the last debates that they had. I call it the great masturbation.
Child care, elder care, making sure that we continue to strengthen our healthcare system, making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person.
That part, John, the deep state rhinos came up with the Project 2025 and tried to pin it on Trump.
Eligible for what I've been able to do with the with the COVID. Excuse me, with
when you ask these people about that shit, you're like, where the fuck did you get this from? Cite your information. They're like, nah, just trust me. Trust you? Why the fuck would I trust your drunk ass? You know what I mean? When the last time you voted? You know what I mean? Why the fuck would I trust some of you?
With the COVID. Excuse me, with
watch how Trump look at him. He can't keep his sentences together. Trump a cool ass motherfucker because he could have really wrecked them.
Child care, elder care, making sure that we continue to strengthen our healthcare system, making sure that we're able to make
appears to lose focus.
Every single solitary. Child care, elder care, making sure that we continue to strengthen our healthcare system, making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the with the COVID. Excuse me, with
oh my God, look at Trump's face. Look at Trump's face. You can't make this shit up. And he's not even trolling. He's just like really like, damn, man, this was the fucking Trump got the face on in this shit. Like, why the fuck do y'all got me running against this guy? You know what I'm saying? Should I be fucking going against Jesse Ventura or Hulk Hogan or somebody like that? Not this weak ass motherfucker.
Dealing with everything we have to do with look.
That look says it all. That's not he's not even happy about this. The look that he's giving him is almost like, man, I expected better.
If
Truth lady, assalamu alaikum, sister.
we finally beat Medicare. I went to the World War II cemetery, World War I cemetery he refused to go to. He was standing with his 4-star general, and he told me, he said, I don't want to go in there because they're a bunch of losers and suckers. My son was.
This is how he looks in his first debate. Imagine how his next one is going to look. It's going to be terrible for this country. Share this video right now. Said everybody's being petty on YouTube right now. Like who?
Was not a loser, was not a sucker. You're the sucker. You're the loser.
Well, I took 2 tests, cognitive tests. I aced them, both of them, as you know. We made it public. He took none. I'd like to see him take one, just one. Oh. I just won 2 club championships, not even senior, 2 regular club championships. To do that.
Hey, Biden still got that old fire in him, don't he?
You have to be.
Chilling with love, Simply East, salute.
Quite smart, and you have to be able to hit the ball a long way.
Look, I'd be happy to have a driving contest with him. I got my handicap, which when I was vice president, down to a 6.
Oh, Trump just put him in the trick bag. He thought that he forgot that he's at a fucking Trump at a Trump debate.
And but by the way, I told you before, I'm happy to play golf if you carry your own bag. The crimes that you are still charged with, and think of all the civil penalties you have. How many billions of dollars do you owe in civil penalties for molesting a woman in public, for doing?
Yeah, this man, you hear this shit? This is where that Project 2025 come from. Just like dude said, deep state bullshit. You feel me?
A whole range of things of having.
Deep state, let me just let y'all know, because that shit is just a word to y'all to explain it. Deep state, think about CIA. How the fuck in a million years? This shit says the seven bizarre things that happen. The reason why I'm mentioning deep state CIA, right? And the CIA, like this shit right here was never supposed to happen. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Oh man, I learned a lot watching Candace Owens. I used to listen to people like, oh, she's a black racist. She's like a Uncle Tom and all this shit. I used to listen to that shit. Then I go over there and I start learning. I'm like, yo, you know what? Let me write this down.
This story, this shooting, the details all week. And we kind of want to summarize what we know at this point, the outstanding questions, what we can expect. So
y'all people that's still out here, I'm going to play this in a second. Y'all people out here still talk about this was a setup. My niece was on the phone telling me earlier that this was a setup. You know what I'm saying? Will Trump supporters be okay with him becoming a dictator? Who knows? Trump did that on purpose, bro. He brought up the golf to get under Biden's skin, so he messed up his... Yo, yeah, exactly. That's upper level chess, man. This is a boxing match, y'all. This is not church. John says next debate won't happen with Biden. Evil one is not going to make it the next debate. Interesting theory. I've heard that around here the last couple of days. Candace Owens is very intelligent woman, very beautiful, very collected, very studied. You know what I'm saying? Woman. It's unbelievable. Got us looking like fools on the world stage. See, that's Truth Lady, the comment of the day so far. And we early in the game, but she might most likely going to get a couple more comments of the day. Comment of the day. It's unbelievable. Got us looking like fools on the world stage. That's my big issue. You understand me? It's not about me hating Biden. It's about who's appropriate to run this fucking country. All right? Now check this out. None of this shit was supposed to happen. Now, Candace Owens explains the deep state as being like CIA, certain media groups. It's like, yo, people that have career politic jobs. You cannot fire them. You can't fire them. You can't get rid of them. You know what I mean? So they're part of the political arena in a very powerful way. You know what I'm saying? So deep state pushes a lot of motherfucking buttons that we don't necessarily see, but we feel the results. But no fear, people. None.
So first, let's lay out how on earth this happened. I mean, authorities say that Crooks was able to scale a building that was on the outside security perimeter of this pro-Trump rally. It's the
I watch a lot of Jesse Weber, and excuse me, sidebar, right? Check this out. I've been doing a lot of studying lately. Let's just put it that way. All right.
American Glass Research Building sets up an AR-15 style rifle about 150 yards away from Trump's podium where he was giving a speech, and opens fire within minutes of Trump's speech at about 6:10, 6:11 p.m.
And you know, that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And if you...
Well, a dictator. Okay. They say Fidel Castro was a dictator. They say, Hitler was a dictator. Interesting point. I'm going to show you something, right? What's they call that when you do your last paper for the year and you have to write it like I think it's like a term paper. I had a couple of subjects I could have wrote about, and it was 3 that we had to pick from. One of them was Hitler. Out of 30 people in my class, I probably was the second or third one that chose Hitler. Nobody wanted to speak about Hitler. What I did was I studied from when Hitler was born up until he fucking died. I aced that test. I put myself on it. So dictator, it depends on what do you mean? Do you mean the media, like the fake news, you know what I'm saying? Terminology, the real terminology, you know what I mean? Or are we getting wrapped up in the word? Are we getting wrapped up in the word? Because honestly, right? What we consider a dictator, some countries consider a hero. Now, I'm not saying that Hitler's a hero to me, but for a lot of people, he seemed to be the fucking... Now, think about what's going on. He committed genocide, right? What do you think dude did on the Gaza Strip? Killing all of those fucking people and shit. Blowing that shit up and then covering up the borders and all that. You don't think that, you know what I'm saying, that goes in the same, that's like some dictatorship. You know what I'm saying? Seems like people still fucking with these motherfuckers. So we need to talk about what aspect are you talking about a dictator? All right.
You want to really see something that said...
Even motherfucker that they say, if it's not this way, you know what I mean? Like nobody can make money and all that. Of course not. Of course not. You know what I mean?
Take a look what happened.
Those who said this was a play, shame on you. You know what I mean? Shame on you.
He's dead. I guess he...
And your mother, because common sense ain't that common, is what my mother said.
Now, this shooter was instantly neutralized by a Secret Service counter sniper team. And I got a hands off to the Secret Service, who immediately...
Oh, he's about to drop some shit on y'all.
...swarmed onto Donald Trump to protect him, shield him from any continuing gunfire. You want to talk about heroes? You want to talk about selfless actions?
Well, listen, Trump will be in prison. Mark, everybody keep talking about Trump is a crook and Trump is going to be in prison. Well, I keep on telling you, there's somebody in your family that's a crook. If not you. You understand me? Legacy 360 in the building. Chilling with Lil Love in the building. Peace, Queen. Josh Bruin says thesis. Mark said that he's going to be in prison. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck what y'all talking about when it comes down to that? Because it seems like a lot of y'all, same motherfuckers, got these weirdos and shit in your family, ain't calling the right type of shots out here, man. Seems like the fucking goalpost is moved when it comes to issues. What do I mean by that? I mean that you motherfuckers can torture. Yeah, I mean, y'all so flimsy in your opinions and shit like that. You're not gonna, today it depends on, what's being fed to you in the news. Y'all don't absorb your, y'all don't get your politics from studying the issues. You get your politics from news. Let's keep it real. How the fuck do you only find out what's going on in the world by going to YouTube and seeing the first 5 things that pop up in your face? When the last time one of y'all picked up a fucking book? Especially you Democrats, aka you Democrats, because you're doing demon shit when you move the goalposts. Don't move the goalposts when it ain't fixed for you, all right? Dismissed. I thought we was, and then they get so mad about them talking about changing the Constitution up. I thought it was innocent until proven guilty. Innocent until proven guilty. Not what you Democrats. You Democrats, let me tell you something, right? The Constitution needs to be changed because of y'all. It needs to be revised because of y'all. Because in y'all eyes, people are guilty until proven innocent, or guilty until they could get some money for those private institutions that y'all call prison. Shit ain't no fucking prison. We got the highest crime rate anywhere, man. And you motherfuckers is, yeah, look what they did. They made money. They made it. You see those prisons on the, you ever watch the documentaries, like the Vice documentaries? Go look at those poor son of a bitches in Brazil. Go look in China. These motherfuckers is eating water bugs, all right? And rats. That's why I don't eat Chinese food, man. Because I guess they developed a taste for that shit. And now they sell it in restaurants, allegedly, right? I don't eat Chinese food, okay? That ass. Propaganda, people. Propaganda. This nigga's Teflon. Called Trump white chocolate, man. They tried to shoot the man, couldn't even kill him. And now they still talking, it was a play. Let somebody blow a fucking bullet by your ear, whizzing past your ear. Probably the same bullet that went through the dude's fucking head. Goofy ass motherfuckers. No, he shouldn't. Yeah, he's a crook. So is your uncle. So is your grandfather. And so are you. The only reason you got out is because you ratted on motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Hateful ass Democrats. You'll never go to a fucking Trump rally and see somebody yelling in your fucking ear. Black Lives Matter. I know. Everybody fucking like Matt. Nigga, let me tell you something, right? I'm going to tell you a staggering truth about me. My cat life matter more than some of y'all. I don't give a fuck what color you are if you ain't green. Hello? Hello? Wake up, America. Double tap the screen. They saying, how you get a black, make America great. Well, I was in a rally in Indiana, but maybe about fucking 5 years ago. It was a gift. It was a gift. A gift from God, I'll tell you, man, because I'm going to tell you something, right? I was so brainwashed into thinking that everything is racist, everything is against me. Don't you know that words are spirits? The more negative expectations you place upon yourself by way of others, because others is the other people is the conduit for your negativity. They tell you something, you believe it. You got to get out here and figure out what's relevant to you. Straight up, man. They keep on pulling you in with that emotional shit, and then this conspiracy shit, man. It was a shot. There was a script that was written. I heard them tell me this. Dude was yelling at me, telling me there was a script written. Like, how the fuck do you know? Was you at the script meeting, you cocksucker? Was you at the script meeting? And if you was, you probably the one that rolled it out. Fucking coons. Anyway, North Korea Kim is happy Trump is alive. Oh yeah, because he's a fucking Americanized. He's Americanized. Trump was the only one to go over there and play with him and bug out and chill. Go look at that. Go look at that. Sit down with him, Kim Jong-un. Kim Jong-un was 32 teeth, shining, ear to ear. Ear to fucking ear. Y'all know what y'all know what I'm talking about. My people that's here got the vibe. They know when shit is real and shit is fake. They will know when somebody's just smiling with their mouth and not their eyes. My people know the difference. And we can tell you that Kim Jong-un was happy as a fucking a gay man in Dick Park. Huh? In Dick Heaven. Hello? Yeah, Kim Jong-un was smiling from ear to ear. Happy. Trump went and sat all those motherfuckers down. I think he might have smoked a blunt with these motherfuckers. The way they calmed down, because now, since Sleepy, my son smokes crack on camera, Joe, big rocks. They seen this flimsy motherfucker say, yo, listen, we going to park up some fucking nuclear submarines next to Cuba. What? What do you want to do, Joe? Trump said them shits got to park. They said, you better park yourself across the, you know what I'm saying, in another fucking country, homie. If I pop out, Trump pop out, yo, shit going to change. Now, you have people saying that 100% tariffs just will cause us inflation. But then Trump says, let's go back to no inflation. Everything was cheap a couple of years ago. Let's get on the ground with this, y'all. Let's get on the fucking ground. Let's get out the clouds real quick. Everything was cheaper. America was so great. So great. When Obama was here, what was they talking about? The recession? We fucked up. You know what I mean? And then they try to give all the credit that good old Trump pumped into this funky ass country to Obama. Obama. Obama fucked your mama. Huh? Y'all talking about Social Security? You think that Obama ain't had something to do with the way that Social Security shit and the money's being, man. This motherfucker was more concerned about letting two dudes get married. If you vote black just because you black, you are a fucking goofy. You are a goofy. I ain't voting for nobody black just because they black. God forbid I become that stupid overnight. I'll vote for the motherfucker that's doing God's work. I don't care what color he is. I don't give a fuck what color he is, okay? And y'all with that racist shit and that pro-black shit, let me tell you something, right? Get the fuck out of my face because I don't want to hear you. All right? Trump loves the poorly educated. Thank you, Splash. Double tap the screen. Let's get the likes up, man. Share this fucking video because I'm about to really, really be on some Trump stepping shit. You know what I'm saying? Or y'all Black Panthers. Get the fuck out of here. When the last time you attended a rally? Huh? Even some of y'all fake, designer racists. That's what I call the KKK. Designer fucking racists. When the last time you attended a rally? Shut the fuck up. Y'all ain't active. All right? You know who's active in this country, y'all? You know who deserve the real respect? MS-13. Yeah. Give the gangs, the migrant gangs, the motherfuckers that's in this country tearing shit up. Give them all the love. Oh, yeah, give them the love because they found the loophole. We could get in. Biden loves children. We've been playing him saying this shit for the last couple of days. He's infatuated with the children. I'm from Crenshaw Mafia. Now I'm from New York. FYF sports debates in the joint. I was in the bushes on one of your lives the other day. The live you did yesterday. Salute. Your dialogue is not well thought out or intelligent. Neither is your mama. She should have spit you out. Fuck you think you at? Where the fuck do you think you at? Huh, Shirley? Where you at? Not well thought out. Of course not. You want to know why? Because the rally is right. I mean, his rally's taking place right now. I'm just giving y'all some commentary. This is my show. You want to see the fucking rally? Type it up in your Google search. All right? Goofy ass Karen. Sharonda, salute, baby. Trump gave the game away for free. Biden 2024. All right, we're going to respect you. We ain't going to shoot you just because. Say something disrespectful. If Harris runs, I will vote for her. All black people need to support our sister. Anissa, for y'all that don't know, means the women in Arabic. She's your sister, not mine. Respectfully, Queen. Obama had to legalize gay marriage so he could marry. Jesus, that bitch got some big shoulders. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, cool out. Incognito. Take off the chains of foreign enemies, my guy. MAGA all day. Mally G in the building. You ain't Trump stepping, man. Get up out of here, man. We don't, you know what I'm saying? We don't care about that. I am white, bro. I ain't feel this racist propaganda is all bullshit. They're trying to divide us. I'm saying that like Jim, a nickname Jim Boy will be saying it. That's a fact, Jim. It's the whole fact. That's one of the major things, man. Confuse shit, confuse people, and make them go against each other, make them, go against the police. Come on, let's call it some, let's develop some issues, man. Because you don't hear about none of these issues until it's time for people to run. Tell you something, you don't hear about that. You don't hear about the police beating people up. You never hear about the police beating people up. We see the reality. I'm from the Bronx. I seen the police do people in. I seen dudes try to kill the police too. It's a very hazardous job, but one of the biggest the most hazardous jobs, excuse me, just might be the president of the United States, because about 13 of those motherfuckers almost got knocked off. 4 were successful. All right, let's get back to this work, man. Double tap the screen. Share this video for me on Facebook real quick. Share it to somebody on your in your messenger. Because we just started. We about to go down the rabbit hole. This shit gets ghetto around here. And yes, I'm unprofessional, okay? But at least, I have the sense to give you a commercial break. Double tap screen.
What makes people all over America break down and cry like this? Call 1-900-9099-CRY and hear it for yourself.
You on that Trump train, man, make the chat, just type as many ones as you want until they say you can't type ones no more. If you're on that Trump train, let's get them ones in the chat.
Hemorrhoids. They burn, itch, swell, and hurt. And what do more doctors recommend?
We're going to give them care packages of Annucell and Toto packs, sponsored by Rico Squad Jesse.
Hemorrhoids. They burn, itch, swell, and hurt. And what do more doctors recommend to stop the hurting? No, not that one. This one. More doctors recommend Annucell to soothe.
Yeah, get them Toto packs, man. We gift wrapping large tubes of Annucell. Okay? Large tubes of Annucell, and guess what else?
Between your shower and this, you need this. FDS Feminine Deodorant Spray has powder to absorb moisture. Use it every day to feel fresh, dry, and confident. FDS. Make it your second deodorant.
Anisa. Am I correct when I say that Anisa means the women in Arabic, right? Of course, vote for the women. You know what I mean? I believe that we do need some sensible women in play, but I just don't, to me, man, I just think about like how could that play out? Some women can be very, very unstable. All right? Bush is the best president, allegedly. Kamala Harris is Indian and part black. Her own slave. There is a book you can read about it. Her father wrote it. AB, let me know the name of that book. Get in the chat real quick. Anisha, she was the 6th place in her own state for a reason. Harris isn't black. She's East Indian. Why people keep them online? Okay, cool. She's crazy as a bed bug. Okay, so I will admit, most black people I know think Michelle is a man. Damn. Mayhem, salute. Salute, First Property. Black needs Donald Trump, my guy. I call him white chocolate. Let's go.
That's a prime example. Now, authorities, they reportedly discovered a remote detonator or transmitter on Crook's body, as well as remote-controlled explosives, a bulletproof vest, fully loaded magazines, and a drone in his car, which was parked nearby. And
double tap the screen. Let's get the likes up and hit that poll. I want to know what's on your mind. I want to know what's on your mind. If y'all got a good question in there, type it in parentheses. If it's good, I'll throw it in the poll.
Investigators also found another vest, explosive materials, and a 3D printer at his home in Bethel Park, Pennsylvania. So that's about 50 miles away. He had apparently been living there with his parents. And according to CNN, a joint FBI and Department of Homeland Security bulletin has revealed that Crooks had been receiving multiple packages in the months leading up to the shooting, including those marked as possibly containing hazardous materials. So first, let's start off with a major strange aspect. Big question. How was this suspected shooter even able to get into position when reporting indicates that both spectators and law enforcement at the event were aware of him? Let me expand upon that. There were reports that people saw this shooter beforehand. There's even video that is circulated online of him seemingly checking out the roof, scoping out the area. There are those who say they saw him with a duffel bag and rangefinder. Then there are reportedly people who saw him climbing the roof. For example, Ben Macer told KDKA that he saw the guy move from roof to roof and told an officer that this shooter was on the roof. When I turned around to go back to where I was, it was when the gunshots started, and then it was just chaos, and we all came running away, and that was that. Now, apparently, investigators believe that Crooks had also used a bike to check out the Butler site, and according to the New York Post, a witness saw that bike around 40 minutes before the shooting. It's being reported that senators held a briefing with top Secret Service officials, including the director of the Secret Service, Kim Cheadle, who we'll talk a lot about, and one senator, John Barrasso of Wyoming, reported that more than an hour before the shooting occurred, the Secret Service had identified Crooks as a character of suspicion because they saw him with that rangefinder in that bag. And then, according to Fox News, sources say 10 minutes before Trump walked on that stage, the Secret Service supposedly changed their assessment. Instead of considering Crooks suspicious, they'd apparently upgraded his status to a threat. And yet, despite all of that, the ex-president was still allowed to step onto that stage. Why? That's a big question, right? According to another Fox report, the Secret Service agent in charge was actually on the phone with local and state police about this threat, about this guy, while the shooting was taking place.
Wow.
Reports that a sniper from a local tactical team had snapped a photograph of the gunman, saw him looking through a rangefinder. Again, this is before the shooting, and then
they definitely down with
information into a.
They wanted my boy out of here, man. And it's sad. It's sad. That's why he got a whole nother security team around him right now, bro.
ABC News reported that the shooter.
Let's go to what he's saying right now. Salute to everybody just pulled up. Double tap the screen. Get the likes up real fast, man. Trump live right now here in Grand Rapids, Michigan, doing his one tool. He just spoke about Project 2025. He said it was bullshit. I need to stop playing. You feel me? And come up with some real news. And then I don't understand why you say fake shit and get mad when somebody say that it's fake news. That's absolutely what it is. You know, if you're a dickhead, then you're a dickhead. I can't confuse that with a pussyhead. I mean, like, for real. Nobody's going to believe me if I call you a pussyhead. But they'll believe me if I call you a dickhead.
We never going to believe that shit. I know I'm not going to believe that shit.
By the way, that's one of my enemies. I always use them. You know, I just try to, you know, I got to keep these motherfuckers close to me. Never mind. All right, we addressed it. Stop coming up with fake news, and you stop getting called the fake news, goofy.
The candidate sometime. That gets tough, right? Anyway, thank you very much. Great job, Chris, Susie, the whole group. We have a great group of people. They love this country. They want to save the country. That's what we're doing. With your vote in this election.
I like looking at these rallies because it lets you know firsthand what the person is saying out their mouth. As opposed to y'all keep looking at these fake ass fucking news. DBN, tap in, bro. Salute, bro. DMW shot, salute, right? No reply. What up? Where is the rangefinder now? It was not found in his body. I'm calling BS. Well, you know what? No reply. We're gonna have to talk about that. But I lost my train of thought. I forgot what I was saying. It'll come to me.
No inflation. See, there's another thing. Biden always goes around. I inherited 9% inflation. And even the radical left reporters up there, look at all of them. Whoa, they have a lot. They have a lot of them. They have a lot of them. Look at those cameras, but they'll start turning off as soon as I start mentioning certain things. I'll say.
Thank you, Nate. I've been getting attacked for the last, about 8 years.
No, but actually the radical left reporters, of which there are quite a few, I can't believe it. I don't know why they'd have them. But the radical left reporters say the guy's right. It wasn't until 2 years in that we became destroyed with inflation. Inflation is a country buster. It's a class buster. It busts everything, low income, middle income especially, and they get they're busted. The country gets busted. Look at Germany from centuries ago. Look at every country that's had inflation. And we had, I believe, the greatest inflation in the history of our country. They don't even report it properly.
B1, salute, man. Want me to drop the link for you? Let me know.
Can't get the money. So what does that mean, 12% of you can't get the money?
Did you see that article I sent you?
And we will stop this terrible invasion that's destroying our country. We will crush migrant crime. We're going to crush migrant crime. Oh, we have a new form of crime now. It's called migrant crime. The only good thing about these migrants coming in is they make our gang members and criminals look like the nicest people you've ever met. These people are much tougher. They come from all over the world, not just from South America. We're going to return law and order to our streets and restore patriotism to our schools. We gave you already the largest.
Copy B1. I'm drop the link real quick. You want to jump up here real fast.
Larger than the Reagan cuts, but now we will give you an additional tax cut, a number of tax cuts that will make it. We took in more money after the tax cuts than we did prior.
Nope, Elon Musk does not own Trump. Let me just tell you this, right? They was saying that Trump, basically news jumped out and they really tried to get at him about, they were saying that he was bashing, Elon Musk and all that. And that's untrue. That's untrue. Giving your opinion doesn't mean that you're bashing the other guy. And also, he gave a lot of incentives towards, let's say, electric
prices very rapidly. It was energy that caused the problem and their stupidity. And we're going to bring it down very quickly. Your energy bills will be cut in half, at least cut in half. Some sections, like in New England, I'll be able to cut their energy by 60, 70%.
Y'all believe that? Type 1.
See what has happened with energy.
Will he cut your energy bill down by half at least?
They used to be our enemy. I don't know. We buy from Venezuela. It's not really oil. It's tar. And, there's only one refinery in the world. It's very heavy, horrible stuff. It's garbage. It's tar. You lift it. I said, that's not oil. We want light, sweet, crude. We have the best oil. We have the best everything. We go to Venezuela. You know where they refine it? In Houston, Texas. It's the only plant in the world that can refine that stuff. So we go to Venezuela. We pay them a fortune. We take that dictatorship. We make the dictatorship wealthy. These people don't know what the hell they're doing. They're in
and let them in the country so they could post up and rob people and shit in New York. Double tap the screen. Let's get the likes up, please. Let's get the likes up to 50, man. We shouldn't have less than 50 likes. Let's go. You want to know why I say that? Because I'm looking at the votes. It's 234 fucking votes. Double tap the screen, everybody. Let's go.
Fortune. We take that dictatorship. We make the dictatorship wealthy. These people don't know what the hell they're doing. They're incompetent. They're grossly incompetent. The biggest threat is because we have incompetent. That's the threat to democracy. It's a threat to our country. We have incompetent people leading our country, grossly incompetent people.
Bingo. That part.
America's enemies will fear us. The United States will again command the respect that it deserves. Viktor Orban, the very powerful leader of Hungary, said when asked what happened with the world that's falling to pieces, there are wars all over, he said, bring back Trump, it'll all end, it'll all end.
J.D. Vance comes from Ohio. J.D. Vance is good money.
We had no problem in the world. And something beautiful is going to happen because we will bring back the American dream, and it'll be bigger, better, and bolder than ever before. Right? And most importantly, for the people of this great state, you know, years ago, they gave me in Michigan the Man of the Year. That was long before I was a politician. I was a business guy. I did well. I liked the state.
Let me remind you in the chat, there's no constitution in this chat. If you're not fucking with Trump, shut the fuck up, because they're going to just block your chat, whatever you got to say.
But they were giving it to me for, I guess, the fact that I employed a lot of people. I did real well.
Well, be creative, because we open to debate around here, man. The link is pinned.
You allow foreign countries like Mexico, you know, Mexico's, like, we think of them as friendly, but they haven't been too friendly lately. How about where they asked Biden to meet, just to meet? They want $2 billion to meet. They wouldn't ask that. See, they wouldn't even ask me that, because I'd say, I will put 100% tariffs on everything you send into a country if you even think about asking. They want $2 billion to meet. In other words, we won't meet with you unless you pay us $2 billion. And this is every single year. They want $2 billion. No, it works the opposite of that, the exact opposite. But you know, when you see the things that are happening to our country, and all you have to do is know how to speak. When I watched the way our border was handled, we had the best border, the safest border, the border that saved my life. You know, I was pointing to an immigration border sign when I made this turn, and that thing went that way instead of that way. So I owe immigration.
You know what's so crazy, man? How it would have looked if he would have really fucking got his head blown off that day. What y'all would have said. And just that would have really gave me a measure of where the fuck this country really is at. You know what I mean? Like, that would have gave me a real measuring stick there.
Immigration.
I wanted him to die. This is live, y'all. Talk your ish, Jess in the building. I was just talking about you, man. This is somebody reminded me of you. I was like, that girl sounds just like Talk Your Shit, Jess. All right, yeah. He would have turned around and got a head blown off. Think about that shit. A bullet hit him in his head. Boom. Blood splattered everywhere. Somebody else gets shot. You know what I mean? Dude gets killed. The country is sad because the dude, you don't even got no answers. He's out of the game. Even if they wouldn't have sniped his ass down, they did the Lord's work on that motherfucking skinny bastard. Right? Even if they would have got him, he would have just killed himself. We know that. We wouldn't have got no answers. It'd have been a sad day in America, trust me. But it seemed like a lot of y'all wanted him to die. I really pay attention to some of y'all because, look, here's the man. Oh, okay, look, let's just say he wasn't the president of the United States. Here's a human being. Here's a human being. Y'all worse than the fucking drill rappers. You want to see a president get knocked off in front of the whole, on national, Yo, man, I miss the old America, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. I ain't talking about slavery times because, ironically, that's the only thing y'all fucking know about. Some of you emotional Democrats. That shit was fed to you a real long time ago. And I don't understand how some of these issues hold you back from getting. It's ironically the motherfuckers that's doing bad that be holding on to these issues for years and years and years.
My life. It's true. It's true. Now, think about it. I'm talking thousands and thousands, much more than even this. I mean, we're restricted because you're in this giant arena. That's the one thing about outdoor that's good.
Let's keep it real cool out. That's what won over the people with Trump. Trump was talking regular shit. He had the people laughing. You know what I'm saying? Like he was already coming. He was already from the world of entertainment. So he won the people the same way, talking the language of the people. How else could you win the people? We've been so used to hearing politicians talk like politicians. We don't know who you are when you talk like a politician. We know who you are when you say grab him by the pussy. Oh God. I'm not recommending it. I'm just saying that, you know, I'm glad he's grabbing his girl by the pussy. Instead of grabbing a dude by the...
Whoa. I don't know. I actually felt good. I felt water on my face. I said, where the hell is...
This is when he was running last time.
They may be...
Look at the people so happy at this shit.
I don't know. I actually felt good. I felt water in my face. I said, where the hell is that?
Trump rally looking like Woodstock.
They may be doing that on purpose. Let's find out if they're friend or foe. And if they're foe, let's take care of those son of a bitches. Look at that.
That motherfucker's a cowboy, you heard? You know how to get the country riled the fuck up. I don't think people need to feel good right now. Y'all don't think y'all not ready to like.
Listen to Dr. Fauci.
Can't get no worse than what it is. You motherfuckers can't buy a fucking gallon of milk.
I'm sorry, doctor. You're a wonderful man. And he is a nice man. You're a wonderful man. I'm closing it. I saved thousands of lives. He admitted that 2 months later. 2 months later. And Dr. Fauci said, don't put on masks. Don't put, you see the thing. And now he says, put on masks. And they say, you know, he's a wonderful guy. And he is a wonderful guy. I like him. He just happens to have a very bad arm. He has a bad arm.
Yo, every time we do that little funky dance, I'll be dying.
Corrupt. He's a corrupt politician. You see it. Now they say the laptop, Schiff, watermelon head, Schiff. That laptop was produced by Russia. Here we go again.
That part, Queen.
Russia. Here we go again. Can you imagine what they must think of it? These people are crazy. My average probably.
Old school, man. I still love that song too, man. Come on, man. YMCA. No freaky. Hello, funky move. Trump the man, yo. You ain't never see them act like that over no president outside of Kennedy, man. You ain't never see them get this hype. I guess everybody's just stupid. First MAGA rally I went to, man, I swear on everything I love, right? I was shook because I was listening to the news. I thought there wasn't going to be no black people there. You know what I'm saying? Bruh, I get out there. It was so much love at that joint, man. I'm telling you, man. You had to see the highways. The highways was like, I'm talking about like the highways, the overpasses. I'm talking about it was packed everywhere. Kentucky, Indiana, all through the Midwest. I went to a few of them out here. Indiana, out of all places.
You can have unlimited, thousands and thousands as far as the eye can see. Nobody's over here or over here because there's nobody there. It starts like this, as far as the eye can see. And I said, look at the great results that we had on immigration. Just look at them. If I didn't say that, and it's because we had like a crane holding this massive sign. I call it the $1 million sign, that they're expensive. But that sign was very good. I think I'm going to sleep with it tonight. I'm going to sleep with it tonight. I said, what was that? What was that? Ooh, then I looked, I said, that's not good. That's not good. So it was immigration, if you think about it, right? Immigration, I would have never been looking to the right, and I had to be. It was the only place that would have saved us. They do these reports in the New York Times and all over the place where they had, you know, the shape, you know, if he turns this way, this way, this way. If every shot was no good for me except for the one direct. It came whizzing by, and I hope we have to never go through that again, everybody, because it's so horrible. But most importantly, for the people of your state, this great state, I will rescue the U.S. auto industry from obliteration. They're going to obliterate your auto industry. And anybody that votes for the head of the United Auto Workers, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. He's approved all electric cars. And you know, Elon, I love Elon Musk. Do we love him? I love him. And I'm constantly talking about electric cars, but I don't mean I'm totally for them, but whatever the market says, and if it's 10% of the market, 12%, 7%, 20%, whatever it is, it's okay. But you can't have 100% electric cars. And you know, so Elon endorsed me recently, the other day, actually. He's great. Elon Musk. He's a brilliant guy. Every time I call him, he's talking about, I got a new idea for a rocket. You have to hear this. No, it's true. You know, the first time I ever saw this, I'm watching television like 3 years ago, and I see a rocket engine, motor engine, come down landing straight up in, no wings, no nothing, and it's landing. I thought I was seeing things. What is that? And it's landing on a barge in the middle of the ocean. And then another one comes down, and another one. I guess 4 of them came down, 3 or 4, and they land upright. I said, what the hell was that? I've never seen that before. Now, if that were government, you wouldn't see that for another 50 to 100 years. But it was Elon. Now, think of that. And I called him, and I've always had a good relationship with him, but I called him, and I said, what was...
Wait a minute. B1 coming in hot. He said Elon paid $1 billion to Trump to pick JD Vance. B1's coming in hot. I don't know. We got to talk, man. I'm hit the panel. The link is pinned at the top. We got to talk. We can't say that.
We saved the engine.
Came in hot
because it's very expensive to build. So, I mean, it didn't take me long to figure that if you save them, that's good. But who the hell thought you could do that? No wings, no nothing. Just like these big, long...
Trump makes no sense for black people. America has been great for never been great for the black community. Speaking up for the black community. Okay. Just tell me who I gotta go to in the black community to get some black shit. You know what I'm saying? Some extra something. Anything. Just point me to the where I go, you know what I'm saying, mail this envelope back. So you just tell me. Put an address on it so I can benefit from being black. Alright? I benefit from being American. That's what the fuck I benefit from. There's a lot of black people around the world that ain't benefiting shit. Okay, Queen.
Tubes, and they're landing gently right on the dot. I said, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen. And you say, how long would it take government to come up with that one? I don't think they ever heard of it. Perhaps they still haven't heard of it. But, you know, he's a very advanced person, and he's doing other things that are great, and so are others. We have to make life good for our smart people, you know? We have some smart people. We have to make life good for our smart people. And he's as smart as you get. But Elon endorsed me the other day, and I didn't even know this. He didn't even tell me about it. But he gives me $45 million a month. A month. Not 45 million. He gives me 45 million a month.
A month.
And I talked to him just a little while ago to say I was coming here. How you doing? And he didn't even mention it. He didn't mention. I mean, other guys, they give you $2 and you got to take them to lunch. You got to wine them, dine them.
That's for all of y'all people that was in the news this morning saying that Elon Musk is mad at Trump because he was talking down on, you know what I mean, like e-cars.
No, he's a great guy. He really is. But, you know, he's never mentioned to me, why are you hitting the electric cars? Because he understands I'm not hitting it. I think it's incredible.
Thank you.
I've had them. I've driven them. They're incredible. But they're not
for
everybody.
I need to hear this. I need to hear this shit. I need to hear this. And Elon Musk understands. Elon Musk is taking over. Elon Musk is the new NASA. Let's keep it real. Have y'all looked at new SpaceX documentaries they got out right now? Them shits are fucking huge, and they got way more rockets than NASA, bro. It's a whole different world we living in.
And they tend to be more expensive, and you know they'll probably be made in China because China has all of that material. Oh, there's the guy that
I want them to hear that again.
Stood up here. Is you the same guy that give you $2 and you got to take him to lunch? You got
There we go.
$1 a month.
Elon Musk.
A month. Not 45 million. Gives me 45 million a month. And I talked to him just a little while ago to say I was coming here. How you doing? And he didn't even mention it. He didn't mention. I mean, other guys, they give you $2 and you got to take them to lunch. You got to wine them, dine them. No, he's a great guy. He really is. But, you know, he's never mentioned to me, why are you hitting the electric cars? Because he understands I'm not hitting it. I think it's incredible. I've had them. I've driven them. They're incredible. But they're not for everybody. Some people have to drive long distances. And they tend to be more expensive. And, you know, they'll probably be made in China because China has all of that material. Oh, there's the guy that I stood up here. Is you the same guy, the same muscles? Look at that guy. Are you the same guy? Yes? No kidding. It's pretty good memory, right? Unlike somebody else that I happen to be running against. You wouldn't. Come on up here. Get up here. I got to get this guy. This guy was central casting. Look at him. Look, oh, I think you were standing on a box. That was the only thing. I said, come on up here. Don't hurt yourself. Can you get him up? I like this guy. He's a serious union guy. Right. United Auto Workers. You look at him get over there. It's okay. He does not carry guns.
Rock star. This is a real one.
Come on up here. Look at him. Look at his shape he's in.
I'm glad to see you. I'm glad to see you. I'm glad to see this guy. I told you we're going to get 85 million of us out there to vote for him. So let's go home from this rally and do our part.
That's right.
Look at the arms on him. I may have height, but his arms are definitely more powerful, huh? Look at that guy. No, last time I was here, I saw him, and he was so great, and he was agreeing with us on auto. We want to bring.
I was a Democrat, maybe a decade ago, man. I've been rocking with Trump. I've just been more conservative for the last 10 years.
It's ridiculous, you know. In the Midwest, they open up chargers. They opened up 8 chargers. You read about this? $9 billion they spent for 8 chargers. That's like a gas pump. I guess it would be like the equivalent of a gas pump for electric, right? They spent $9 billion on 8 chargers. This is 8 little chargers. $9 billion. How do you do that? It would cost at that rate $5 trillion to create enough chargers so it could run. It doesn't work. And it doesn't work the trucks either. I was with Swift, big Swift company. How many trucks you own? 29,000, sir. 29,000? That's a lot of trucks. One of the biggest, I guess, like the biggest. I think he's the biggest, right? And he said, they want to destroy our business. They want us to go all electric. I said, so what's wrong with electric? I said, if you take a big, beautiful, like Peterbilt or one of the great manufacturers, how many times would you have to stop from New York to Los Angeles? None, sir. We go right there. We have some left over. Really? That's with diesel. I said, what about if it's electric? We have 6 to 7 stops, about 3 hours each.
This is why I can't deal with everybody. He says, Trump is the beast. Proof of Revelation 13:3. One of the heads of the beast seemed to have been fatally wounded. He had a graze on his ear. That's not fatally wounded. But the wound had healed. It seemed like somebody got shot directly in the fucking head and survived. That's what it sounds like to me. But I respect you typing, I guess.
Immediately is saying that's not working too well. He said, but there are other problems. He said the truck is so much heavier that you'd have to rebuild every bridge in the country. That doesn't sound too good, right? And then the third thing, he said that the battery is so much bigger than a tank, a big tank for the diesel, for the gasoline, but the diesel mostly. It's so much bigger that most of our payload would be holding batteries. In other words, we wouldn't have any room for the product. So let's say you hear those three minor details. Typically, you would end the conversation, would say that doesn't work. These people said, we don't care. We want you to go all electric. Can you believe these people? They're crazy. They're crazy. No, they're crazy. And they want boats to do the same thing. I was with in South Carolina, one of the biggest boat manufacturers of, smaller fishing boats from, let's say, 16 to 35 feet. And he said, we have a problem. They keep pushing, the beautiful outboard engines. You have Mercury and Evinrude, I guess they used to have. I don't know if they have it anymore. But those big, beautiful outboard engines they work great. Or just interior engines run by a thing called gasoline. So he said they want us to figure out how to go all electric in a boat, right? All electric. I said, well, what is the problem? He said, we'd have to take the entire lower cabin where we have bedrooms, and we'd have to make that into a battery. But the bigger problem is, sir, it won't float because it's so heavy. It won't float. It won't float. And I always tell the story with well, what would you do? Because, my uncle was a great professor at MIT for 41 years, I think. He's the longest serving Dr. John Trump, she knows. He was great, very smart. We have a very smart family, actually. But he was a great guy. And I was very interested in this, but the press kills me all the time. They say, he keeps talking about sharks. I tell an analogy. If I'm in a boat, it's all electric, and it starts to sink. I asked a guy, do you get electrocuted sitting over this? And then I say, and I don't think there's anything wrong with this, do you? Because it's an analogy. I say, and if there's a shark about 10 yards away, right where they are, right where all the congressmen are, right over there, look at us. Well, they're sharks. They're sharks. If there's a shark about 10 yards away, do I get electrocuted or do I go with the shark? I said, because I will take electrocution all day long. Despite the environmentalists that say how wonderful sharks are. You ever hear these people? We had 3 killings by a shark this weekend, ripped people apart. And then you have the environmentalists going, well, they didn't mean to do it. They mistook them for a seal. They didn't want to hurt the child. No, I don't want that. Common sense, right? I mean, how about they catch a shark, vicious that they've been after, and they take him to a little deeper water and they put him back in? I wouldn't do that. Would anybody do that here? Let me ask you, this is Michigan. These guys wouldn't do it. But they always get on me. They say, why is he talking about electricity and sharks? What are they? Well, they know exactly. It's sort of a cute little story. Do I take electrocution or do I take death by a shark? And I'll always take electrocution. But isn't it ridiculous? Think of it. Isn't it ridiculous? They want to make a boat that's far too heavy, that can barely float, and they're driving people out of business. They're destroying this country. They're stupidly destroying this country. The Army tanks are the other one. They want to make all electric. We make the best tanks in the world. They want to have them. So that as we go into a country to bomb the hell out of it, we will do it in an environmentally friendly way. Okay? And with an Army tank, again, the battery is very big, very heavy, and doesn't last long. You know what it is? It's an Army tank, and it's like you're pulling a wagon behind the Army tank. You're pulling a wagon like a child pulls a wagon, and it's loaded up with a battery. So we got to get back to common sense. The aircrafts, too. They want to make our jet fighters a biofuel jet fighter that shows 18% less efficiency. That's the difference between winning and losing a fight. And you know what happens? I say, I'm not doing it. And we ended all of that stuff. They brought it back. We will end it on day one. We're not going to be doing that stuff. Okay? In 4 short years under my leadership, I did more for Michigan auto workers and manufacturers than any president in the history of our country.
Let's keep it real. You're not lying. Y'all was talking about Detroit is dead. Y'all was like, it's over. Car City was dead.
And
he brought that shit back to life.
Just as I promised, I withdrew from the Trans-Pacific Partnership, which would have totally destroyed your auto industry. I ended the disaster known as NAFTA. That was the worst trade deal ever made. That was the worst trade deal considered by him. That was so unfair to us with Mexico and Canada, the worst trade deal ever made, and replace it with what they call the best trade deal ever made, the USMCA, Mexico and Canada. And I know it's good because Mexico and Canada are right now, as we speak, working like hell to try and renegotiate the deal. Don't do it, Biden. Well, he doesn't know what's going on. Don't do it. He's watching us now. He'll say, what's that trade deal they're talking about? Well, so they've been negotiating with us for about 2 years. I never heard of that.
Troll.
Where is Mexico anyway? Where is See, now the fake news will take the statement I just say, where is Mexico? And they'll put it on television. Trump didn't know where Mexico is. Oh, they do. They do. It's very dangerous. The biggest threat I have to my administration is sarcasm because they play it against me. When I show that he can't walk off, he can never find the entrances off a stage. Like one here, one there, two here. You can jump off the front, I guess. And whenever I imitate him, I call my wife. She's great. Our wife, she's great. Our great first lady. I said, and she looked great the other night. She made that entrance.
Word.
She made that. She made a lot of entrances. She's just something. But she walked in. But I
tore it up. I ain't gonna lie.
I said, how good was I? How good? This was at a rally a couple of weeks ago. How good was I? Well, you were really good, but not great. Why? Well, it showed that you didn't know how to get off the stage. Well, I was imitating Biden. So what they do is they show the imitation of Biden. They said Trump didn't know how to get off the stage. That's our fake news. So we have to be very careful. So I haven't done it in about 3 weeks. I'll do it again, but maybe not right now. It's too. Darling, you were great. I mean, I get these crowds, 50, 60, 70,000. In New Jersey, we're leading New Jersey by 4 points, by the way. We're leading Michigan by 6 points. Right.
A swing state, by the way.
And a report just came out. Actually, we're leading everywhere and nationally, and that we have to keep it that way. Got to make sure they don't.
It's 7 swing states. Ohio being one of them.
Got to make sure they don't cheat. I took on China like no administration in history, bringing hundreds of billions of dollars pouring into our treasury when no other president had gotten 10 cents. You know, China never gave us 10 cents. I got hundreds of billions of dollars from China. And I got along very well with President Xi. He was a great guy. He wrote me a beautiful note the other day when he heard about what happened. And he wrote me a beautiful, most of the leaders do. You know, a lot of them didn't like what I was doing to them, but they also knew it was about time. The jig was up, right? It was about time.
Mm-hmm.
But they wrote me, almost all of them wrote me notes. It was nice. No, I have a good relationship with all of them. That's a good thing. You know, a lot of times the press would say he gets along with Kim Jong-un, North Korea. He has a lot of nuclear weapons. I got along with him great. You were never in danger with me as your president. It's a good thing to get along, not a bad thing. I used to tell him, why don't you do something else? All he wants to do is buy nuclear weapons and make them. I said, just relax, chill. You got enough. You got so much nuclear weapons, so much. I said, just relax. Go to let's go to a baseball game. I'll show you what a baseball. We'll go watch the Yankees, or we'll come watch Michigan at its home opener. Okay, how about that? Are you going to have a good team this year, I think, right? Pretty good. I heard good. I heard good, but who the hell knows, right? Guy drops a pass, that's the end of that season. It's a risky business. I proudly imposed a 27.5 tariff on all Chinese auto imports to keep China and Chinese cars, keep them out of America. You don't sell a lot of Chinese cars in here because of what, and if you did, it'd be fewer cars that you made. We're going to bring back the auto industry because of, we're going to bring it back. We're going to have them. If they want to come in and sell us cars, they can, but they have to build plants here and they have to hire our workers, and that's fine. And nobody can say anything about it. Under the radical Democrat policies, the U.S. auto industry is being decimated. You know, we lost 64% of our industry over the years, 64%. We were a giant, and now they made, a lot of them made in Mexico. Mexico's taken 35% of the auto industry. And we did something very strong. We did something very strong with Mexico. But, you know, when I was building the wall, I said, you have to give us 28,000 soldiers. And they laughed at me. I hate when people laugh at me. I hate it. No, it's so disrespectful. They laughed at me. We won't do that. Why would we do that? I said, because you have to. We're building the wall. People are flowing in through your country. We want 28,000 soldiers to protect us while we're building the wall. They said, no, no, no. And then they said, after I said, look, here's the story. If you don't do it, we're going to charge you 25% tariff on every car that you send into America. And then it's going to 50% next month. Then it's going to 75%. And then it's going to 100%. And then I'll stop. And the gentleman representing the president's a great guy. He's no longer president, but he's a great guy. He was a great guy, still is. But he said, I'd like to discuss this with the president. I said, 5 minutes. I got to go. I have something much more important.
Wow.
And he came back. He said, Mr. President, we would love to give you soldiers to protect your wall, free of charge, of course.
Yeah.
That's how I got those great numbers on that beautiful, beautiful graph that we talk about. They gave us everything I wanted. I got everything from Mexico. And then this stupid person, low IQ, he's a low IQ individual. Take his IQ. I guarantee you it's in the low 50s or 60s. And he's negotiating against Putin, President Xi of China.
You don't want
Macron
that.
of France, very smart guy. I told him he was going to do something very bad to our country. I said, that's okay, you can do it, but I'm going to put a 100% tariff on all wines and champagnes that come in from France. He said, no, 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 Donald, you cannot do that. I said, I'm doing it. Donald, you cannot do that. That's not fair. He's going to charge our companies, American companies, 25% for doing nothing, for being in France. Big deal, right? Big deal. So I said, okay, that's all right. I'm charging you 100% tariff. I gave it to all my people, Minuchin. They won't do it. They won't budge. I said, they'll budge. I called them up. And I talked to the president of France, Emmanuel Macron. He's a nice guy. I said, but he's, you know, he likes France. I like the USA. Does that make sense? I said, Emmanuel, it's so nice to talk to you. I understand you're going to charge our companies 25%, Emmanuel. Yes, 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 Donald. It was approved by whoever the hell approves the parliament. Whatever the hell they have over there, they were going to approve it. It's been fully approved. Yes, I'm so sorry. I said, well, that's okay. You can add approve, but here's the story. Starting tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock, every bottle of wine and every bottle of champagne that's shipped into the United States is going to have a 100% tariff on it.
Here we go.
No, 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 you cannot do that. That is not fair. I said, not fair for you to charge our companies 25%.
Period. Period. That's how you want somebody talking up for you, bro. You want to let them bump you all around the spot, make you think that, listen, y'all going to do whatever the fuck we want y'all to do. But y'all, nah, we need 26,000 soldiers. How about that? A large order of that, goofy. And they served them.
No, no, you cannot do that. That is not fair. I said, not fair for you to charge our companies.
Yeah, we need 26,000. And not to keep Mexicans out of the America. You know what I mean? We trying to stop the borders because y'all got people from everywhere, especially the dog eaters. You know what I mean? Like, they just coming in now, too. How the fuck they get over there? In Mexico. From Asia. No dog eaters.
Companies 25%. He said, you cannot do it. I said, I'm signing the papers now. I will call you right back. Calls me back. Donald, we would be delighted, Mr. President, to take that tax off. We have decided to take it off. It'll be off by tonight, sir. It'll be off by tonight. And it was off. And it was off. You think Joe Biden does that? He doesn't know what the hell he's doing. Their policies are no good. Remember, whether it's Biden or anybody else, they want open borders. They want all the same stuff. So it's like, but he's in particular, he's pretty bad, I tell you. Can you imagine these killers, these are sharp. The press gets angry. They said, is President Xi of China, is he a smart man? I said, no, he's a brilliant man. He controls 1.4 billion people with an iron fist. He makes guys like Biden look like babies. They don't even know whether they're coming or going.
Word.
The next day, headline, Trump calls him brilliant. How dare? No, okay. Let's say he's not a smart man. Okay, whatever makes you happy. No matter what you do. I say he's a brilliant man. They went crazy because I called him brilliant. So I'm just going to have to say, he's okay. No, he's very smart. But and you know what else? He's a fierce person. Do you understand that? Some of the people here know that, what this means, especially some of the women, right? They know better than the men about fierce. I know the women, they know better than the men. They're more fierce than the men. Oh, her. But no, he's a fierce individual. He's a fierce man. Can you imagine when he meets this guy? He thinks Trump is playing a joke on him. He actually thinks there's some kind of that I'm playing a joke. He doesn't believe what happened. He doesn't believe the last election. He thinks I'm playing a joke on him. But can you imagine President Xi, Putin, all of them? They're all smart.
So you get what I'm saying? No reply. Let's bring ethics back to the country, man. Say no dog. No dog.
They love their country or they want to do well with their country, whatever it is, all ideology. But we have to have somebody that can protect us. And Orban was right. We have to have somebody that can protect us. Right now, we have really low IQ people in there.
They got no more Venezuelans to cross the border, man. They ain't got no more. Guatemalans or whatever.
He has about a 70 IQ. And he's going against 210. And it never works out. It never works out. When I'm back in the White House, the way they will sell their product in America is to build it in America. They have to build it in America, and they have to use you people to build it. Thank you very much. It's very simple. We will build American, buy American. We're going to hire American. We're going to get it going. We're going to get the auto industry back. It's ridiculous. I will revoke China's most favored nations trade. They have a most favored nations trade status. They've had it for years. We had it revoked, and then we had that stupid election, that ridiculous election that everybody knows was ridiculous. But I will revoke it. They have a trade. They're saying we're just beginning. They're not just beginning. They're teaching our people too much. I will pass the Trump Reciprocal Trade Act, meaning if China charges us a 100 or 200% tariff or tax, we will charge them a 200% tax.
That's it.
Very simple. Called reciprocal. They charge, we charge. It sort of says, I shouldn't say this, because, Franklin Graham, I told the story the other night, Franklin Graham, he's such a wonderful guy. Billy Graham was his father, the greatest. My father used to take me to Yankee Stadium to watch Billy Graham. The place was packed, and he would get up and he would rant and rave, and you left there and you believed that it was God, in fact, that helped me last week. You would believe it. You listened to Billy Graham. And Franklin Graham is right, probably, but he wrote me a beautiful letter. He says, President Trump, I watch your speeches and your rallies all the time. I love your storytelling. There's nobody that can do it like you, but please You're hurting yourself very badly. Don't use foul language. It made me feel bad, actually, because I don't use much. I don't use much. And if it is foul, it's not really foul. You know, there's really foul and there's foul, and then there's a little off. Like some people don't even, they don't like the word hell. That's a bad word. You know, I mean, that's not good. Or the word bullshit they don't like, so I won't use it. No, it's true. But it's more descriptive. There's just no word to sort of. But he said, so please, so I've been really good. And for the last 4 or 5 times, I've really been good. But, you know, you lose a little something. But reciprocal trade, it basically means you screw us and we'll screw you. It's very simple. And I can't describe it. And I don't think it's foul. But he's probably right. To further protect Michigan auto workers, I will end the Biden-Harris electric vehicle mandate on day 1. It's going to end on day 1. And I will immediately terminate the Green New scam, and we're going to use that money to build roads and highways and bridges. Under Biden and the radical left Democrats, inflation is wiping out our middle class. Groceries are up 57%. Gasoline is up 69%. Mortgage rates have quadrupled. They've gone up 3, 4, 5 times. And they never include that in their stats. You know, they never include those things. They never include mortgage rates. And you can't get the money anyway. So what really is the number? And since Democrats took over, total household costs have increased by an average of $28,000 per family. Think of that. Under my leadership, we will throw out Bidenomics and we will replace it very simply with MAGAnomics. MAGAnomics.
MAGAnomics. Like that.
You know, I have to just interject. If you would turn off those cameras, because I don't want this. See the screen up there of me? That's very severe, that comb over. That's a severe sucker. What's with that one? It looks okay from the other side. But that is very severe. I apologize. Man, I looked up there. I said, whoa. Look at that. Wow. That's like a work of art. Only look at that one. Don't look. That one looks. To bring down the prices of all goods, we will end the Biden-Harris war on American energy, and we will drill, baby, drill. We're going to start that day 1. Under the Trump administration, we had energy independence, and soon we will have energy dominant. We will be more dominant than any country by far, and we were. Just 4 years ago, we started off at number 4. We got to number 3, and then we had to beat Russia. We beat them. Then we had to beat Saudi Arabia. We beat them, and we were like a rocket ship, and then we had this idiotic result. But we will be, and again, we have more. You know, Anwar in Alaska, it's probably the biggest find anywhere in the world. The size of Saudi Arabia, some people say, who knows what it is, but it's massive. Ronald Reagan tried to get it, couldn't get it. And that was easier in those days environmentally. They stopped it with the environment. You know, the environment is very important to me, and environmental is very important. But, you know, you can't use it to destroy a country. And they stopped it. They stopped it for years based on the environment. I got it approved. It was totally done. This is since Ronald Reagan, who worked so hard to get Anwar, he wanted to be able to drill in Alaska. Think of it as the size of Saudi Arabia, approximately, bigger than Texas, bigger than everything. We would have had something that nobody else even comes close to. And on the first week in office, his Department of the Interior person, who was just put in Department of Interior, she outlawed it. She said, we're not going to use it, stopped all work. They were ready to start drilling. It took them a while to get ready. They're ready to start drilling. The money would have been incredible. The prices were very high. We're the only country that stops drilling when the prices are at an all-time high. And we stopped drilling, but we'll get that back, and I'll get it back very fast. But Anwar, they cut it. Unbelievable. And I will cut taxes even further than we did before, and that includes no tax on tips, right? No tax on tips. All the government does is harass everybody over it anyway. It's like a big harassment operation. They hired 88,000 IRS people to go harass everybody. So if you work in a restaurant, if you drive a cab, or if you do anything having to do with tips, I hope you're going to remember, bartenders, let's see, hospitality workers, a caddy, a barber. Barbers get tips. I don't give mine a big tip because I don't think they do a very good job. If you're a mover, a driver, or anyone else who relies on tips, the money is going to be 100% yours. You better go vote. If that doesn't get you out, if that doesn't get you off your ass to go out and vote for Trump, nothing will. Got to do it. Right? Got to do it. And as we rescue our economy, I will also restore the sacred and sovereign borders of a place called the United States of America, right? United States of America. With Democrats in charge, the greatest invasion in history is taking place right now. This is an invasion of our country. You remember during the time I was trying to get the wall, and I was getting all sorts of assurances, and you couldn't get it from Congress. It was incredible. So I did get a lot of money for the military. So I put an extra $10 billion. I put a little fund, an extra $10 billion. I then called it an invasion of our country, and I took it out of the military, and I got it built. And now we're going to build it larger. We have to close up the areas that weren't built. We have certain areas where we needed to have them open for a little while for getting all of our stuff back. I don't like leaving brand new bulldozers and everything on the other side of the border, right? We want to close it up. But we had certain areas we had to close up. And when they took over, they said, we're not going to close it. I said, these guys actually do. I thought they were kidding. I thought they were not being serious. Who would want an open border? Who would want an open border where people come in from prisons and jails and mental institutions? Either people that don't love our country, stupid people. They're not stupid because anybody that can cheat that well in an election is not stupid. Or maybe a new thing is emerging where they want to get people to vote illegally, and they don't care. They have no shame. And we're watching that. Our chairman is here. The Republican chairman is here, the whole thing. See, the big boss is here in Michigan, so you're going to remember that. But we're working on that, but they do. They're trying to sign people up who just came in, who have no idea where they are, what they're doing. They came in. And in many cases, they're very rough people, but they came in. They're trying to sign them up to vote. This is what they'll do. Because think of it. If they have open borders, if they have men playing in women's sports, if they have a raise in, they're going to raise your taxes by four times. 4 times. Think of it. What you're paying now, you're going to pay 4 times more. With policy like this, nobody can get elected. The only way you can get elected is to cheat.
And meanwhile, they'll have you think that it's Trump that's going to put the taxes on you. You know what I'm saying? This is the popular thing to come to this fucking channel and say.
And they are really good at it. That's the only thing they're good at. That's the only thing they focus on. They have no good policies. They don't do anything well. But they're using these people, and they're trying to sign up the people. And we've caught them, and we sue, and we do all the things that you have to do. But they have no shame whatsoever. So that's really one of the big reasons
Gangs in New York
allowing it, because they're not stupid enough to allow prisoners and people from mental institutions, people from insane asylums, and it drives them crazy. Hannibal Lecter, the late great Hannibal Lecter, would like to have you for dinner. He wants you for dinner. That's the end of you, by the way. But no, these people are being dumped into our country, and nothing good is going to happen from it. That's why we have to do a big deportation and get them the hell out. Okay, we have no choice.
Go by there.
Meanwhile, our crime rate is going up, while crime statistics all over the world are plunging. We have
ironic,
become
right?
a dumping ground for the world, which is
Dread.
nothing.
They dread going back to their country. They don't want to go back to their country. You get a dude from Mexico that got deported back to Mexico, that got deported to Mexico, but never lived in Mexico, and the president of Mexico is like, "We're gonna send you back to your country." They'll be like, "Hell yeah! Of course I want to go back to America." Nobody wants to go back to their country, so we gotta kick these motherfuckers up out of here.
At us, they can't believe how stupid we are, how stupid we are. We're destroying our country. They can't believe what they're getting away with, but they're getting away with it at levels that they never thought possible. In Venezuela, crime is down 72%. You know, Caracas, Venezuela, was a very, very dangerous place. And now, because of the great job they've done in removing their criminals into the United States, next year we're going to have our Michigan rally in Caracas, Venezuela, because it's nice and safe. Okay? Does that sound like a good idea to you? Because we want safety. Now, the press is going to write that. They're going to say, Donald Trump proposed next year's Michigan rally in Caracas, Venezuela. They'll say, isn't that horrible? Isn't that unpatriotic? You understand. This is what I have to go with. I'm only kidding, press. I'm only kidding. Although maybe it's not a bad idea. So El Salvador is an interesting one because I know the president. He's a young guy, and he's been getting this great press that his crime rate's way down, and they're training their criminals. Well, you don't train criminals, okay? You know, maybe every once in a while you get lucky, but you don't. So in El Salvador, murders are down 70%. He's saying, yes, we're teaching. He's different. Most of them just say, well, the United States is stupid, so we're dumping all our criminals there. He does it differently, smart, because we're working with our people that are causing problems and crime. And he's not working with them. He's dumping them in the United States. And their crime rate, their murder rate is down 72%, 73%, and going up. And I don't blame him, because if I was running one of those countries, and we're not just talking in South America, but if I were running one of those countries, I would have been doing it much more. They're also emptying their jails. The big thing is their jails. Those jails were packed. Now all of a sudden it's like, oh, isn't this wonderful? They're doing such a wonderful job. They're dumping their criminals into the United States of America, and we're not going to take it anymore. Stupid people. You're not going to teach a criminal not to be a criminal. Not going to happen.
Hey,
and
listen,
you don't have the...
Listen, Venezuela better be fucking careful, man. Y'all seen how we ran up in Iraq and did them. Crazy, man. Y'all don't want no smoke with America, and then y'all got a lot of oil down there. A lot of oil. You know what happens when we go and take over your country, right? Look at your head.
Time, you don't have the energy because you have to do other things. That is why, as soon as I take the oath of office, we will begin the largest deportation operation in the history of our country, even larger than that of President Dwight D. Eisenhower many years ago. He was a big deportation person. Under the radical left Democrats, Michigan communities are being overrun with migrant crime. You know that better than anybody, right? Does everybody agree? It's being unbelievable. In Oakland County, criminal squads of illegal alien gang members are hiding in the trees and breaking into Michigan homes after dark, looting them for jewelry, purses. They're taking the women's purses right out of their bedrooms, electronics, cash. They
getting caught on cameras. They must not have no fucking cameras down in Venezuela, because they getting caught on camera by the shitload.
Stealing, they're robbing the houses. Earlier this year in Kent County. Does anybody live in Kent County here? Sounds good to me, but you're not going to like this. A sadistic illegal alien, of which there are many criminals, was sentenced for executing a 22-year-old Grand Rapids woman while she was in her car with her 1-year-old baby, shooting her at least 5 times with a rifle at point-blank range, while the killer was wanted on an outstanding warrant for attempted strangulation of another woman. When I return to the White House, we will stop the plunder, rape, slaughter, and destruction of our American suburbs, cities, and towns. We will shut down deadly sanctuary cities. We're not going to have them anymore. And we will shift massive portions of federal law enforcement to immigration enforcement. We're going to get the bad ones out. We're going to get them out immediately.
Double tap the screen. Let's get the lights up. People, if you on that Trump train, type 1 in the chat.
It's not going to take long. We're going to rely on law enforcement, and we're going to give law enforcement back their dignity, respect, and power so they're allowed to protect you. It's no wonder Joe Biden and his thugs are so desperate to stop us. They know that we are the only ones who can stop them. We're the only ones. You know, we talk about Biden like he's a feeble old guy, and he is. He is. But it's the people that surround him. I mean, he's perfect for them. This is the fascists and communists and some bad people surround him. I know just about all of them. I can tell you about all of them. Did you hear about our big victory in Florida last week? Did you hear? We won the big case. We're going to take down Trump. We're going to take down Trump. No, when you have a great court system, when you have honorable judges, people that really love the country, good things can happen. But we won that case in its entirety. That was the one that's going to take them down. They've been saying that for, 8 years now, right? And here we are leading in every poll. We got to get it close. You got it close. You got it close. We don't want to talk too much. I always say, if we win, because I don't like saying when we win, because they cheat like hell. So if we win, but we got to get it close. We're close. 4 months, but you know what 4 months is in this racket? Like an eternity. 4 months is like an eternity, but we're leading by a lot, not just by a little. We're leading every state, every important swing state by a lot.
Check that video out, y'all. Truth Lady, I can't play it because they smacking me left or right on this channel. Tom McDonald, I got about 17 strikes because of that. You know what I'm saying? Not that many, you know. Why is he lying about what? What is he lying about? You got to be more specific, IME.
And we're leading nationally by a lot, but we got to get it close. The radical left Democrats rigged the presidential election in 2020, and we're not going to allow them to rig the presidential election in 2024. We're not going to allow it.
They will try. I mean, if y'all don't think they'll try to steal this shit from right up under his nose and you're smoking crystal meth like Hunter Biden, I'm going to tell you this, right? They try to take his head off. They want him dead. They won't cheat. Again.
Every time the radical left Democrats, Marxists, communists, and fascists indict me, I consider it a great badge of honor. You know, I've been indicted more than the legendary Alphonse Capone, Scarface. He was a tough man. See that guy right there? Ultra MAGA. You're Ultra MAGA. He's tough as hell. But if Alphonse didn't like you, you would be in the foundation of a building rising someplace in your great state, right? He was not. He was a tough cookie, this guy. I got indicted more than Alphonse Capone. Think of it. My parents are looking down. I had wonderful parents. They never saw this for me. They never saw, let's see, I'm voting for, oh, I don't want to even read that one. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. But I'm being indicted for you. Don't worry about these fake indictments. These aren't indictments. These are Biden indictments. These are a sick, weak, pathetic man who can't run an election, so he indicts his opponent thinking that's going to win. And in many cases, it would. You know, third world countries do this a lot. Banana republics do it a lot. We've never done it. And we're going to teach them why they can never do it again. Because it's actually hard to believe. It's actually driven our poll numbers way up. And then we had the debate. Did anybody watch the debate? Poll. Who won the debate? Biden or Trump? Poll, free poll. I just saved $300,000. Isn't it something these pollsters?
Hey, don't get too spicy in that chat, man. You know, I'm being real kind, but my name is MacMean. Trust me, you know, all due respect.
Oh, I have Tony Fabrizio and McLaughlin back there. I got to be careful. But I just saved $300,000 doing that poll. They interview like 97 people have been interviewed, and Trump is leading by a little smidgen. I got 25,000 people here or something. They got so many people outside. I wish we could include them. I'd love to get them in. Would anybody like to leave now and let the other people come? That's not nice. Never forget, our enemies want to take away my freedom because I will never let them take away your freedom. They want to silence me because I will never let them silence you. And in the end, they're not after me, they're after you. I just happen to be standing in their way, and I always will, right? I always will, fellas.
I am me. Interesting. A few people said that.
So we have some exciting news today because we're pleased to be joined by...
If you're on that Trump train, dial 1 in the chat. Type 1. I'm the only person in America with a black Make America official one. I got this from Trump himself. All right. See that flag on the side? It's different. It's different. You go to videos back in 2020 with MacMean, you'll see me with this same fucking hat. Been doing this shit forever. All right. If you're on some Democratic dumb, you know, some my baby. Democrats hate cats. Okay? You on that Trump train, dial 1 in the chat. All right? If you type in 2 in my chat again. Matter of fact, I'm gonna show you how we operate. Let them know how we operate, y'all. You don't want no friendly fire in here, okay? Gordoff says 1. Gordoff says 2. Gordoff is trolling. Lovely Bones, 1. Trump train. Stephen Davis, Trump train. Hello? The only president that you know that, you know what I'm saying? Tupac got his tattoos from Trump. See? This is how Tupac used to look. Trump always looked like this. Dead ass. All right. Nobody's safe. Nobody's after nobody. Why has he been saying that shit? Okay. Gary Grooms, 1. Trump train. 2 up for the pedal. Allegedly. Yes. That part. I can't highlight it, but yes. You must got some issues. Yo, Cat, can you get out my face? Is you voting for Trump? Better tell the truth, too. I thought so. That's how you got to do them Democrats. You got to sit them down in your lap. That's the baby cat.
About making America better. The best way to do that, who was really brave, ran a tough race. It's amazing, actually. Really did well. Her father was a very special guy who was in the steel industry, and he passed away. A battle with cancer, a long time battle, but he was fantastic. And I got to know them both very well. She's a terrific woman. Tudor Dixon. Thank you, Tudor. Ambassador Joe Sella. Thank you.
Sounds like the people of Kentucky. Kentucky going through the same thing, man. Hope things get better for you in Michigan, man.
Joe, good job you're doing, Joe. Very important person in this room, Michigan GOP chairman. Where are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be that. My cat might just be a Democrat. I mean, like, who else? Come here. Who else would look the person that's looking out for them the most in their face, right? You don't do anything for me. I do everything for you, kitty. And the only thing I want you to do is go outside and go catch a fucking mouse. Imagine she go outside and don't catch a mouse and talk shit to the other cats about how bad it is in the house. Imagine how the other cats is looking out. The alley cats. That's what America's like. You got so many Americans just sucking up America and the benefits of America. And then they say fuck America, essentially. Especially people that say fuck both of them. I mean, think about it. That's really what we turned into. We turned into some ungrateful motherfuckers. Have y'all looked at anything going on in these other countries? Some of these motherfuckers are eating garbage. Like literally. In Venezuela, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's a real clip. That clip I'll be playing. I seen that shit. That shit disgusted me. I'm like, yo, why would you eat out the garbage? Like, I mean, these motherfuckers is bringing condiments to that shit. For real. Just grabbing it, like grabbing garbage, like rent, and putting it in their mouth. Yo, listen, let me tell you something. You know what else is in garbage? Glass, shit, spoiled stuff. Probably a fucking dead body in there. Who knows? Why would you eat garbage? But in some countries, they're eating fucking garbage. And y'all got a nerve to be talking about fuck the government. Man, the government. Only wasn't saying fuck the government and fuck the police and all that shit. There's motherfuckers that just can't get right in life. And most likely, it's not just fuck your family's probably saying fuck you. This internet, the public arena is just a glimpse of who you really are. This shit is just an extent. This shit is a way for people to figure something out about you. This shows you the temperament of America. That's why I put polls up in my chats and shit. You know, I like to think. I like to see what are we looking like. I ask mainly the same questions every day because I like to look at the popularity. I like to see if things in general are going up or things in general are going down. For instance, like prices when you go to the supermarket. Come on, man. Which other ones they eat garbage in China? Which one of y'all are not struggling like or have someone that's struggling? Now I'm not saying that you have a problem paying your bills and stuff. I'm just saying we're talking about in the department, you know, in the business of getting ahead of the shit. In the business of getting ahead of shit. Like staying ahead of shit. How many people are ahead of shit? You can see just how much not ahead of shit people. I mean, just like think about it, right? Gas prices. If you drive, even if you don't drive, if you're in New York taking a train, you know how much money it costs to get into New York? $20. Every time you cross the George Washington, if you got to cross that bridge 5 times, you will pay $100 to get into New York City. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if it's propaganda that they was doing out there or what type of shit going on. I know one thing, that their reality today is a lot better than a lot of so-called Americans. Understand this. The problem is that oil that's there needs to be refined where? Look, perfect person to talk about it. A Venezuelan.
Damn, oh, the people who you telling they need money to come here, they ain't got no money, bro. They ain't got it. If you gotta tell a nigga how much you need to come to the party, you ain't coming to the party, bro.
Let me ask you something, right? Venezuela, where you know, might know, I don't know. Where does Venezuela refine its oil?
They don't refine oil at all. They never have, they never will. ExxonMobil, they are the supplier of ExxonMobil.
Okay, but where do they get their oil refined? I heard in Texas.
No, Citgo was one of the refineries. They have a lot of refineries. They have one in Santo Domingo. They have one in fucking Haiti. They have one in Aruba. They have a lot, bro. Virgin Islands. Jamaica. Refineries. They have a lot. They have a lot. Again, Venezuela has never been a refiner of oil because we are the producers. You heard?
Okay.
Right? The producer's not the rapper, right?
Yeah, so why is Trump saying that y'all get fined and
My nigga, from what I understand, Trump is known to lie sometimes. He's known to be, say a little white lie or whatever.
what you mean a white lie?
He's not gonna say a black lie. He's gonna say a white lie.
Black lives matter.
No, black lies matter.
Black lives. Black
Yeah,
life.
when a black nigga lie matters, I bet.
Black lives matter.
They do?
All lives matter.
All lives matter. But if you have to like a priority of what lives matter more, who's in the front of the list?
White people. White people.
It's good that you acknowledge some shit. You heard?
No, I didn't hear the question. What's the question?
I'm saying if we had all lives matter, right? All of them, right?
White people.
Right? Yes or no? Yes, all lives matter, right?
Yes.
But let's say we was putting people into tanks or whatever. Who goes first into the tanks? And who goes last? Who goes last?
I got it. I got it. Cambodians.
Damn, bro. Nah, I want to say that, but I bet, bro.
Cambodians.
I wouldn't say that myself. Shit is different, bro. He you know what it is, bro? Is that the world is gonna be fucked up, bro. Niggas is gonna need some money, bro.
Let me ask you something. If you know, let's look this up. Who owns most of the oil in Venezuela? Government?
Nobody owns it, bro. It's in the ground. They reserves. They're not pulled out the ground. They're not in barrels. They don't got them sitting somewhere. They just in the ground, nigga.
What do you mean?
They not sitting nowhere. They in the ground. They in the ground. They don't get moved from the ground. They in the ground.
They got pipelines.
They have not been drilled. No, they're in the ground. They have not been drilled. Like, they haven't been taken and put it in a barrel or put it in somewhere like, oh, we're going to hold it for. They have not been drilled. It's in the ground. The reason they don't drill them and pull them out the ground, so, like, another country can't come and, like, take it. That's why they don't drill it. That's why they don't. That's why they don't take it out the ground. So another country,
America, will come and take your whole country.
Right, but if it's in the ground, what you gonna take the ground?
Yeah.
Try that. She'll do that. Yeah, let me order this for. I'll be right back.
Anyway, I don't want to hear what you're talking about. Especially people that eat garbage, man. For respectfully, I'm gonna just tell you, man, eating garbage might not be the best option. You might want to sell your ass first.
Pete Hoekstra. Oh, there he is.
All jokes aside, I do want to see what he's talking about that's in the ground. And I also want to see who's the majority owner of whatever they got going on in Venezuela, because I heard they got more oil over there than anywhere.
I fought like hell for him to take that job, right, Pete? I said, Pete, you got to do it. How are we doing, Pete? How are we doing? Huh? We're doing good. If you're in charge, he's going to win. He was a congressman, a really good one, respected. He left. I made him ambassador. He was a great ambassador. And I then said, Pete, you got to do it. He lives here. I said, you got to do it.
Go Habs. You're a funny motherfucker.
Both of you, thank you very much. We appreciate it very much. RNC chairman, he put on that show with a person named Lara Trump. How good is she? How good is she? She's unbelievable. She made a great speech. And her husband made a very good speech the other night, didn't he? Eric and Don. I don't want to talk about anyone else, only my kids, But they all did well. Everybody did well, honestly. I do think Hulk Hogan, I thought he was incredible. I hadn't seen him in a while. And I'll tell you what, I'm not going to mess with him, right? We're not going to mess with the Hulkster. But he was fantastic the other night. All of them, every single one. My granddaughter did very well. Look at she's scored. What about who said that? Who said my granddaughter? Wow, Kai. Kai is great. Great golfer. She's a great golfer. But we have another man who's very important, and the RNC chairman, Michael Watley, who's been incredible, wherever Michael is. Mike, thank you, Mike. Great job. I said, Michael, you have one job. We got so many votes, we don't know what to do with them. You got to guard the vote. When those votes get put in, they can't be missing. They can't throw them out. They can't stuff ballot boxes. They can't cheat. Make sure. And, you know, he headed up North Carolina. And on that night, a while ago, that certain election night, that miserable where we thought it was won at 10 o'clock in the evening, and then all of a sudden, additional votes have been reported in various places. We don't have to get into it. North Carolina held totally steady. He had 603 lawyers working. Other people didn't have lawyers working. And bad things happened, but this guy held, and I said, that's the guy I want to run the party. And Michael, I know you're doing a great job, and you're going to do something very special. We don't need votes. We need to guard the vote. You ever hear the expression, too big to rig? The more we get in there, the harder it is for them. My daughter and her husband, Tiffany and Michael, where are you? Tiffany and Michael, you're around here someplace. Two great people. Fairly recently, thank you, Tiff. Great people. And Michael's father's here tonight, highly respected guy, great businessman, and a highly respected guy. From the moment we take back the White House from crooked Joe Biden and Kamala, I call her Laughing Kamala. You ever watch her laugh? She's crazy. You know, you can tell a lot by a laugh. No, she's crazy. She's nuts. She's not as crazy as Nancy Pelosi. Crazy Nancy. Did you see Nancy Pelosi is selling out Biden now? Did you see? She turned on him like a dog. Well, I don't know if he should continue. All of a sudden, where did that come from? She was 100%. All of a sudden, she's not sure. Not sure means she's gone. But no, she's crazy as a bed bug. She's a crazy person. I believe we're going to have the 4 greatest years of the history of our country. I believe that.
That part. We got the question today. Double tap the screen, get the likes up, man. Let's get them past 100 real quick. Will Trump change America again? 72% of the people say yes, he will. He's gonna switch this bitch up. You know what I mean? Saying that we need to press the button a little bit. You know what I mean? So let me just show y'all this before I get out of here too. I'm not gonna leave yet. I might get caught. The title of this video. Now this is for the people that got the, that think there's a conspiracy behind this shooting, right? 7 bizarre details, true details of Trump's assassination attempt. Should get deep.
Of the gunman saw him looking through a rangefinder. Again, this is before the shooting, and then radioed that information in to a command post. ABC News reported that the shooter was spotted by Secret Service counter sniper teams 20 minutes before the gunshots rang out. And then there's reporting that a Butler Township police officer actually confronted the shooter, apparently was hoisted up to that roof. Crooks apparently spots him, points the weapon at the officer, who then lets go of his grip and drops 8 feet to the ground. Now, Butler County Sheriff Michael Sloop defended this officer's action, saying he probably saved Donald Trump's life by delaying what could have been a fatal shot. Quote, can you imagine 10 seconds before that the president was looking straight ahead and where that bullet could have potentially landed? So in total, the reporting indicates that Crooks first came on law enforcement's radar about, and this is approximation, but seems to be about 3 hours before the shooting. He was apparently walking by the magnetometers, carrying a rangefinder at one point. The bottom line how come authorities didn't stop crooks? And more importantly, didn't stop Donald Trump from getting on that stage? And what complicates this, of course, is that the Secret Service director, Kimberly Cheadle, who I mentioned, seemed to at first say it was the responsibility of local law enforcement to sweep and secure the building that the shooter was perched on top of, although she has since backtracked from those comments. There's also reporting that police were inside the building, but not on the roof. And she also told ABC News that there may have been a danger to post a sniper team on the roof where the gunman was located. Quote, that building in particular has a sloped roof at its highest point. And so, there's a safety factor that would be considered there that we wouldn't want to put somebody up on a sloped roof. But that decision and these comments are facing a lot of scrutiny. In fact, one law enforcement official said that the sloped roof could have created a visual block to the counter snipers and that a tree may have prevented one of the sniper teams from seeing the gunman as he climbed onto the roof. Now, I had the chance to speak with former Secret Service agent Charles Marino about this. And by the way, he also acted at one point in time as senior law enforcement advisor to the Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security. Let's hear what he had to say.
The Secret Service has this statutory responsibility to protect the former president. They also have the responsibility of not only creating, but also effectively implementing the overall security plan for the venue. Let me state, this includes the inner perimeter, the middle perimeter, and the outer perimeter, because they also have the responsibility of requesting state and local law enforcement assets, as they do throughout the entire country, to help implement that security plan. So the Secret Service owns this. They got to take the hit on this. It was their job to make sure that this building was taken out of play.
Talk to me how to make sense of the idea that he was in their sights for an hour before. They saw him as a person of interest or a suspicious character, and yet Donald Trump was allowed to take that stage.
Well, as we know, whenever you have a catastrophic failure like the Secret Service had on Saturday, it's going to expose other failures in the system. And the one area that we're going to find additional failures in is going to be communication. So let's go through the timeline that you just set up very well. If we're talking about an hour out and thinking that there was a threat that's walking around with a rangefinder that's being armed, that person's got to be located either by state and local law enforcement and then interviewed by the protective intelligence teams that are on the site. If that person can't be found, that information needs to be communicated to the protective detail, because you may not want to bring the former president that far out in advance to the site at all. You may want to take him somewhere else, like a local police department, for him to hang out, or maybe he stays on his aircraft. There's a number of options. Now, if we're talking about the 10-minute out.
Everybody, look at your screen. New poll up. Are Democrats too emotional? Tap the screen. Double tap the screen and hit the like button. Thank you.
Scenario where you're saying the Secret Service is now confirmed that this is not suspicious person, but an actual threat, then the natural question is, why does the detail bring him to stage? Why do they allow him to go up to the podium? And that's where there's going to be a lot of questions regarding the communication flow. Was it sent at all? Was the information sent at all to the Secret Service detail? Was it sent but not broadly enough and transmitted to them?
With our servers designed for AI, you can revolutionize the way you do business.
My bad, y'all. My bad, y'all. Seven bizarre details of Donald Trump assassination attempt.
Or was it ignored? And was there a decision to say, we're going to take him to the stage anyway?
Now, that being said, Cheadle said that no assets from the rally were diverted on the day that Trump was shot, even though apparently there were other events in the state that required Secret Service protection. And she
All right, B1, I'm checking it now.
She also said that there was no truth to the rumor. And she also said that there was no truth to the rumors that the former president's detail had asked for more resources and was denied. And as for accusations that the Secret Service role in this event was somehow partisan, Cheadle pushed back on that, saying the Secret Service is not political. People's safety is not political. And she also added that the Secret Service is tasked with the tremendous responsibility of protecting the current and former leaders of our democracy, and it is a response.
Wow, this shit that I'm looking at right now. Law and Crime Network. It says Jelly Smack has acquired Law and Crime Network, the legal and true crime video network and production company headed by Dan Abrams. Terms of the deal were not disclosed. Jelly Smack said Law and Crime Network is the company's largest acquisition to date. It was bought October 10th, 2023. All y'all illegals learn this word. Mass deportation. Ooh, we petty out here today. I love it. Coming in hot. I need y'all to come in more hotter than that. Damn. No reply is on bullshit. I can't read everything right now. I breezed through it and went to the last one. But yeah, no reply is hot. The ones protecting Trump set him up. Been hearing that. Investigate Austin Wealth LLC and their recent 12 million share debacle that suddenly disappeared when Trump survived. Are you all same party? I don't know. Demon Rats. Demon Crats. I was there at the Trump rally. Salute. You want to hit the stage? It's the link is pinned at the top. You hit the stage, you could get up on stage just like brother right here.
So what are you? A Democrat, Republican? What are you?
I'm just conservative.
There's no such thing. You have to vote in America, right? Vote or die. No Diddy.
I will be Republican.
Damn, brother, you a sellout, bro.
Why?
You're a whole sellout, bro. Come on, bro. That's how you gonna represent.
So who you vote for? Okay, who you vote for?
I vote for Kamala Harris if she can run.
What?
Come on, I'm gonna vote for an independent black woman, bro.
Anthony Johnson said he was at the rally 9 rows back.
I was at the Trump rally in the Bronx, and you know what I saw? Man, unregistered voters.
Did you vote?
I don't participate in fraud, bro. No. Didn't they steal the election from him? Fraud? Yes or no?
You know more than me, man. I mean, why even speak about it if you don't vote at all? If you don't vote, bye.
I do vote for certain politicians.
Like what? Like what do you vote for? What do you vote?
Joe Biden's of the 90s.
What the issues you vote for?
Like the Joe Bidens of the 90s, the Clintons of the 90s, you know.
That's some racist shit, bro. It was racist back then, man. What you talking about?
I vote for those politicians.
You know we gotta talk about racist things. Anyway, I'll be out here tonight, y'all. I'm off this, you know what I'm saying? Double tap the screen on the way out the door, man. You know what I'm saying? I got a few things to do. I got to get back to this tonight, man. You know what I mean? Love y'all. Y'all fuck with the channel. You new here, subscribe. That normal jazz. I get